There you go. A little surprise for you there. Right, let's move on to Manchester United. We're going to talk about Ruben Amorim's future at the club. A newspaper report this morning says that Amorim effectively has 3 games to save his job. Here is the story at the top of the Mirror's back page, when we can show you that. It says that the club's officials will assess the situation after United's next 3 matches. That's Chelsea at home, Brentford away, Sunderland at home. United's board have said that they have no plans to change the head coach, but Amorim's side have just 4 points from their opening 4 matches. Right, OK, Charlie, what do you make of that?
What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? If they're in that thought process now, we're going to give them 3 games and they go to Chelsea next. But I'm like, what are you waiting for? If you want to make that decision, just make it now. Cut your losses and move on.
Do you think they've made the? Do you think they've decided they want to change him?
I think they've made the decision because they might think that something's going to happen. They may see progression, see it differently, but I just don't understand why they're waiting for. I really don't. Like, you've seen the performances, and he's had long enough audition, right? But
if he wins the next 3, 2 of them are at home. I mean, OK, Chelsea's hard, but it is at home.
Yeah.
Brentford away, obviously
tough Premier League game.
Yes, but they'll fancy it, and Sunderland at home. They will fancy it, sadly.
Yeah, but they fancied it again. Yeah, they're tough games, Premier League games, tough against Burnley.
But if he gets 9...
They fancied it against Burnley and just scraped over the line and won 3-2, and the argument to it is, yeah, but we won the game of football. That's the scenario. Manchester United are not in that position anymore of where they're, like, rolling over teams. That's the issue.
We had Manchester United fans on the last few days saying that if Ruben Amorim did go, they don't want an interim manager. They want him replaced properly. But nobody could come up with a definite name to do that.
Sean Dyche. I said Sean Dyche and got laughed at, and everyone was going, oh, my God, he means Sean Dyche to go in there. It was Sean Dyche or someone like that to really stabilise the football club, strong character, have a certain way of playing and be able to adapt. The next manager...
Amorim's got a certain way of playing.
Yeah, and be able to adapt is the key thing. His thing is not about adapting. For me, it's borderline arrogance. His is arrogance now because he's like, look, this is the way I play. My players have got to adapt to me and us playing 3-4-3. And then we hear the best manager in world football say he adapts to every game differently. He's going to adapt 3 times in
Guardiola.
A week. In Guardiola, didn't he? Let's be honest, he said Manchester United, Napoli and Arsenal, I'm going to have to adapt all 3 times. And then you've got Ruben Amorim not doing the business at Manchester United, playing 3-4-3.
So let's say that story is true and things don't go well in the next 3 games and Manchester United do look for a new manager. That message there says Andoni Iraola, and loads of Manchester United fans have been saying his name.
Of course they would be, because he's doing really well at Bournemouth. But Manchester United, other than being a massive football club...
Potter was doing well at Brighton and went to Chelsea.
Exactly. Other than being a massive football club and being... The opportunity is there to take the club forward and you be the man to take it forward... It's not an attractive place for a young manager now.
Adam says Nuno Espirito Santo.
Yeah, similar, but it's not an attractive place now for young managers. Nuno would be a good one, obviously, also to go in there. A style of play and a control of the dressing room. You see the clubs, what he's done well at. He's done well at Wolves, went to Tottenham, it didn't work out too great. And then, obviously, the job he's done at Nottingham Forest has been fantastic.
Tom there says it's not the formation that's the problem, because Erik ten Hag played a different formation.
I understand that, I do. I was saying beforehand, like I said on Monday regarding the goals, there's nothing to do with the formation. Like the goals, that's down to the players. But arguably, the buck stops at the manager. He picks the players, he picks the formation. So always the pressure is going to be on the manager's door.
Yesterday or maybe Monday, it might have even been both, we spoke live to Manchester United fans and we brought up Eddie Howe, and they said, well, yeah, he would be perfect, but why would he leave Newcastle?
Forget Eddie Howe out of your thought process, Manchester United fans. He is.
But in fairness, they did. They did kind of say, well, we can't. They did say we can't attract him.
OK, absolutely, they can't attract him. So what? Because he's at Newcastle, and the project that's going on there is a far bigger one. Because they're fighting to get in the Champions League, they're fighting for later competitions. Manchester United's project at the moment is to try and get into Europe, get into the top half of the table. Because at the moment, they have been poor for a long, long time.
It does seem still, for 3 days we've talked about this, and nobody can come up with a definitive name who is perfect for Manchester United. Is that why he will get more time?
I think so.
At some point,
I think so.
Person will come up.
But who is the perfect person? That's also along the line. Who is the perfect person? I don't think there is a perfect person to go in at Manchester United at the moment. There really isn't. I just think it comes down for me is the arrogance of Manchester United, of expectation. We expect to be at the top and we expect to be doing this. Well, actually, do you know what? You don't, because at the moment, you're nowhere near top half, nowhere near European football.
What about going back to someone who understands the demands of being at Manchester United, like I mean, they had it with interim manager with Giggs, but what about Carrick, for instance, or someone like that? I mean,
but I just think it's
you're going from. I'm throwing names in. I know that.
It's not an attractive. It's not an attractive job to go to Manchester United. It's not one that real wants you go in there and you'd be like, oh, I'm Manchester, I'm going to make this work. Because if you don't, you know the pressure's on from the get-go. And that's why ultimately there's no standout one. And we're going on about Riola at Bournemouth, but he's probably looking at, massive football club, Manchester United, but do I really want to go in there and, it'd be great if I can turn it around and I'd be the guy to bring success back, but do I really want to have all the fans on me, all the pressure on me straight away? No.